Towards the beginning of this week's parashat Vaera, the Torah tells us that Hashem spoke to Moshe and Aharon, and he commanded them that they had to go to Paro Melech Mitzrayim and to Bnei Israel and to deliver the message that Paro had to release Bnei Israel from servitude. Lehotzi et Bnei Israel me'eretz Mitzrayim, to allow them to go free from Egypt. Right afterwards, before the story continues, the Torah tells us about the genealogy of Reuven and Shimon and Levi. Levi, of course, is the tribe from which Moshe and Aharon and, of course, Miriam were descended. But why here? Why does the Torah take a dozen or so pesukim in order to tell us about the genealogy of Moshe and Aharon? The answer has to be that the Torah was trying to tell us about Moshe and Aharon, not only the specialness of their ancestors, but also to tell us that Moshe and Aharon belonged to a family. They were born to a mother and a father, and Moshe and Aharon were very special human beings who were to do great things for Am Yisrael, but they were human beings. And the Torah, in a way, seems to want to tell us other religions may see their leaders as being godly and having divine powers, not the Torah. The Torah sees Moshe and Aharon as having special prophetic powers, the ability to speak to God, to do God's actions. But after all, the Torah says they were mortal human beings. And that makes them even more special, because the fact that they were human beings and able to develop their characters in the way that they did and be able to speak as Moshe did, panim el panim, face to face with God, and be able to lead Bnei Israel through the desert, despite the fact that they were mere human beings, that is what really makes Moshe and his brother Aharon as very special human beings. And the Torah wanted us to know that, to inspire us to rise to whatever heights that we are capable of doing, perhaps not as great as Moshe or as Aharon, but to rise as much as we can to be the greatest human beings and the greatest Jews that we can be. Shabbat Shalom.